Bendeth, and I'm producing and mixing the Our Last Night record.
The decision to work with David just kind of came naturally because, I sent him 3 of our demos after we had finished a few songs, and right away he was just like, you guys got to come down here, record these songs here, you got to do the album here. He was stoked on it right then and there. It was pretty obvious decision.
The advantage I had with working with the band at this point was the fact that I'd been listening to these songs for a long time. And Matt had always sent me the demos, and then we would always talk about, let's change them, let's change this section, and let's rewrite that. So before the band even got here, I was able to do a lot of pre-production before they even arrived by just telling Matt what direction certain songs I feel should go in. And he was able to make those changes at his home demos, because he's quite a very good programmer and quite a good producer and an engineer in his own right.
Pre-production makes your brain hurt. Like at the end of a day of rearranging songs and rethinking things, like I think pretty much everyone in the room just like wants to just not listen to music, not think about songs. And it's pretty draining.
Sitting in a room 12 hours a day, trying to write a song and put together a song can be the most stressful thing ever. During pre-production, we kind of hit a wall where we had 2 songs that weren't quite done yet still. And it was basically Matt sitting in a room on his computer, rewriting them and reworking them.
Yeah, let's try that.
The songs have definitely changed a lot since we got here, for sure. We do pre-production, we get the songs set straight, then we'll go into drums and we change maybe almost half of every drum part as we're listening, analyzing specific parts of that. Same with the bass. We go to do bass, we have to follow the drums to what he changed. So everything is changing kind of as we're going. And I think David, he makes sure that we're making the whole record sound what we want it to sound like.
The guitar is completely numb.
If we had like a line that goes down, 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 that was the focus, then this wouldn't bother me. So like...
That sounds nice.
You know, when you're dealing with a youthful band, the key is to bring out the youth in the band and not make it sound old and boring and tired.
The CD is definitely completely different. We're just trying something new, and if that doesn't work, oh well, we'll just keep writing songs and keep doing what we love to do. I'm definitely very excited about it, though.
You know, a band on their 3rd record would usually try and be a lot more mature, so you have to be, it's a fine line. But for me, because the band is, because Trevor's really 18, you have to make sure that he sounds like he's 18 and he acts like he's 18, and the songs don't sound like, you're making something that sounds like someone that's 30. So you got to be very careful. One of my main goals was to keep the youthfulness, to keep the excitement, to keep the energy, and to make it hard and heavy.
See, here's the problem. Like, the song starts really eerie. You're like, oh, what's that? The next thing that happens is this vocal comes in. And it's like another morning and everything's kind of weird. And then the band comes in and then... So all this time, for this minute, you're waiting. And then it takes this dump into that pre-chorus.
Yeah, it's true.
And then you're like, what the fuck happened?
I think there's going to be fans that think that the band sold out like they always do, and then I think I think the fans are just always going to love their first record. No matter what I do, it doesn't really matter. It's just the way it goes with bands. I think every record is different, and I think producers sometimes need to do nothing, and that's being a producer, and I think sometimes they need to be even more hands-on. I think they have to be big picture, but what I really think they have to do is work closely with the band. And sometimes it's difficult for bands because fans want them to make the same record over and over and over and over again until they're blue in the face, because that's the sound they've come to love and that's the band they've come to love, and it's very difficult, especially these days, for a band to grow and to change and to try and do different things. So A producer's job is to give the band courage to take chances and to stand behind them and to help them with their vision, not to give them their vision, to help them, the band, realize their own vision.